So, um, my first love was the stage. My first love was the theater. And my idols were Judy Garland and Julie Andrews. Um, I dreamed, Angela Lansbury, I dreamed of being a Broadway star. My life took a different path. Um, it's a very long story. You can read my memoir. You can read my various writings online. Um, and it's all been for the best. But at some point, when I had my son, so he's my fourth child, I knew that I wanted to, or I felt it was time to embark again on my acting talent. And I didn't know how that was going to happen. I had been on YouTube. I didn't particularly like YouTube. You know, as I said, my love was the stage. But I thought, if I'm going to do this, I need to do it. And it's interesting because at some point at that time was very intense. You know, there was some serious hijacking of my work going on, which I could get into in another video maybe. But through certain YouTubers, and it was really insane. I've put more of the pieces together now. It involves money and targeted hijacking and stuff like that, which just makes a hell of a lot more sense now. Back then it didn't, but I needed something to fight back. So I decided I'm going to embark on this journey with my acting again, but I'm going to do it through comedy and satire. And it was a very painful process. It was good. It was a good kind of pain, but it was a painful process. And even now, I feel embarrassed or humiliated thinking about that breaking out process because the communities that I grew up in had very severely um, kept for me a cocoon of exactly what it is they thought I should be and was. And the thing is, I do have this very sweet part of my personality, generous part of my personality, meaning like open hearted and stuff. But there's always been a part of me that's very savage, you know, um, very sharp. But that part of me, which I learned later on, is actually at the center of my intuitive self. The sweet, sort of open-hearted, generous person is she's more of the outer, I guess maybe describe, or one of the branches of myself. But like actually, it's the sharp-witted, savage one that actually is at the center of my intuition. You know, she's the one who sees things, you know, not as it seems, but as they are. And that took time to tap into. And anyway, I gained a sense very quickly as to when my comedy video was funny and if it wasn't. And I would also show my husband, and he's a very good measure to see. But I started to get a very clear sense of what was funny and what wasn't. And I used my comedy as a way to counter attack the hijacking that was assaulting me at the time. And I remember it was a painful, humiliating process because all the people online that I was connected to, I knew, well, let's just say it all like if it wasn't completely in shambles, it went very quickly after that because they couldn't handle the fact that I was, well, I guess disobeying what I was supposed to be, right? And here's the thing, the sort of I guess, softer, gentler person inside of me. She's um she's not as insightful, to be very honest. It's the sharp, witty, savage one that's insightful. She is more um the holding place of my trust, my hope, my compassion, my kindness, But all those things are not, she's not as insightful. She's very trusting. And that naivete and that trusting, open self, I needed to preserve. But she was getting the wool pulled over her eyes over and over and over again by members of her community that she'd known for her entire life. So my entire life, who were able to, some of them were able to really be extremely deceitful and very abusive to me because they had my trust. And what I needed to do through my natural acting talent, I was a born actress. I needed to find the actual insightful one, which was the artist, who sees things not as they seem but as they are.